TCK. Well, happy Thursday, folks, and welcome back to another installment of Kai Plays. As promised, we're continuing this week with episode 3 of The Witcher 2, picking up at the beginning of chapter 1. Took a little while to get through both the tutorial and the proverbial tutorial island here with the prologue, but we are into the meat of the game at this point, so I want to thank you for your patience and for joining me again this week. This is usually the part of the segment where I let you know about the nonprofit we're currently supporting, but we're in the off season with a new nonprofit set to kick off on October 31st. You can find more information about that in the doobly-doo or on our Twitter page as we are launching a murder mystery event. In the interim, let's go ahead and just launch into things. Just one moment while we get our audio up and running here. There we are. Chapter 1, A Rough Landing.
Greetings.
Yes, all of our button prompts are
Water's cold as hell. Come on, Witcher.
Xbox 360 prompts. Because Steam.
Come on already!
Witcher, we're waiting.
Yeah, I get it. Guess what, Roach? I don't care.
Water's cold as hell. Come on, Witcher.
Any news from your secret informer?
The port's blocked. Some merchants are being held up for months.
What about roads through the forest?
Yorveth rules the forest.
Yeah, I'm missing my silver sword.
Where are we?
In a forest?
Very funny. But who does it belong to?
Yorveth, maybe? I know more about the Pontar Valley than you think. For instance, I know that Foltest stole this land from Demavend a few years back. I believe you had a hand in that.
Hear that?
I smell an elf.
That's...
Vernon Roach, Special Forces Commander for the last 4 years, servant of the Temerian King, responsible for the pacification of the Mahakaman foothills, hunter of elves, murderer of women and children, twice decorated for valor on the field of battle.
Yorveth, a regular son of a whore.
I've long awaited our meeting. Laid plans, set traps, and now you appear in my forest of your own volition.
You aided the man who slew my king.
King or beggar, what's the difference? One Dwan less.
We need him alive. Know any useful spells?
Get his attention. I need to focus.
I'll try.
Climb down and we'll finish this. I await.
Ha! You're a man without honor, Vernon Roach. An insect I'll not duel, but one that I will crush.
Seems like you spout the same old elven drivel.
What do you mean, Witcher?
I've seen your kind before. Proud and shay, sneaking around forests. Helpless, yet masking that with acts of increasing cruelty.
I helped kill Roach's king. You call that helpless? Or would you call me a terrorist? No one will grant us our freedom, Witcher. We must win it for ourselves.
You're just another old elf in a young elf's skin, using clever words to mask an obvious truth.
Obvious, you say?
This is not about race or freedom, or even vengeance. You're here because someone powerful told you to be. Someone who's using you. They may wear a crown, carry a magic wand, or even lead a guild. But be sure of this. It's not about your freedom, your rights, or your ears. Nilfgaard plowed you once. Now someone new does. Am I wrong?
Those times are gone. No one will ever use the Squirtal again.
Who are you addressing? Me? Yourself? Or the archers in those shrubs?
Triss, now!
Spars one wart.
Nice hats, guys.
That ought to discourage them. Triss, are you alright?
Lovely.
Ah, yes, the damsel strikes again.
You should have charmed the archers. They're coming.
Even better, she's allergic
Geralt,
to
the
potions.
spell's still working. Stay close.
What's happening?
Triss is spent, so no more butterflies. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Back to the boat?
There's even more of them that way. We must fight our way toward Floatsom.
For your
Get your hands off my ass.
Who did you think it was?
I'm not a sack of flour or one of your commandos. I'm a woman.
I noticed.
I'm gonna be sick.
At least I'll die holding a lovely ass.
Not mine. I'll hold the spell.
Come on, let's go.
Stop shaking me.
Are you all right?
Yes, fine.
Sons of bitches.
What's happening? All I see are your boots.
Where the hell is that trading post? I'm starting to think we'll make it. Wait, the barrier's waning. Triss!
Be quick!
Give me a bit more magic. Just a little. Geralt, kill them now!
What do you think I'm doing? How about I carry Triss and you kill the archers? Do not like this guy.
Squire solid sacking! Alarm! Squirrels! There's a mage among them! Ready yourselves!
You know each other?
Rather well, but he has amnesia. I actually took the Witcher by surprise when I killed Foltest. Fear not, Elf. I know Geralt. I know his weakness.
Too many spells at once. You can die from that.
See that?
Yeah, the Kingslayer and Yorvith.
You all in one piece? Who are you?
I'm a Witcher.
Emir var Emrys, spice merchant.
A trader?
In spices.
Uh-huh. And the woman?
My good man, we barely escaped death. Be so kind as to tell us where we might get some rest. We'll explain everything later.
Very well. Head for the market square. You might be in time for the execution. Some ne'er-do-wells are going to hang. A dwarf and some bard. There's also an inn and a brothel.
Oh yeah, the brothel sounds especially interesting. Take care now.
I love that Roche just introduced himself as Emir van Emrys, the Emperor of Nilfgaard. Except,
Spice merchant.
Spice merchant.
Not likely.
Did you see that?
Squirrels at our very walls.
Yorveth led them. I saw him with my own eyes.
Who are these blokes?
They're the ones the elves have chased.
Oh, I missed that sound effect. It's a very satisfying quest finish noise. I think I have to hit meditation to level up. Character, yep. Oh, right. Damage reduction while parrying full vigor, 100%. Arrow redirection. Throw daggers. Regeneration while out of combat. Let's learn to redirect arrows, that sounds useful. +1 vigor. Very interesting. Okay. Oh gosh, they don't wait for you at all. They've already wandered off.
People,
I think the
everyone, the
stew's ready.
hanging soon.
Quiet, will I see you at the hanging, friend?
You might want to stir it.
A bard being ready to be hung. I wonder who that could be.
Zoltan,
Looky here.
Dandelion, my informer.
Just great.
What's the plan?
We improvise.
No killing.
We'll take care of this, Triss.
Now we want you to faint again.
Geralt! Geralt! Over here! Help! Don't catch ya. Step back, White One.
What are they going to hang for? They don't look dangerous.
The charge is collusion with the Scoia'tael.
Dandelion, an elven spy?
The bard's hanging for debauchery.
What?
The sentence was he's to hang for debauchery.
And a sentence is nothing to scoff at!
Are you serious? Listen here, people. Is profligacy now a punishable offense in the free kingdom of Temeria? Or are we in Nilfgaard?
Piss off, freak! Or you'll have me to deal with. Think of the common folk, you're spoiling their fun.
Well, freak he may be, but he speaks true. Debauchery's one of my favourite pastimes, but I don't want a noose placed around my neck for pursuing it.
The soldier boys paid us a visit or two, though we didn't have much fun.
Away with you, Margot! Go back to your brothel.
Time to go? Fine. But hear this, people. He sure liked to parade about, but his willy wouldn't come to attention. Ha!
Stop the execution.
Shut your trap. The singer's to hang and he will hang. This is a decent town. Whores and witches notwithstanding.
Watch your words, guardsman! I don't know witches, but Margot's a decent woman!
Shut it, all of you! or I'll not vouch for what I'll do.
Thinks he's tough, showing off his balls. Don't fret, people. I've seen the rot on them.
I'm warning you for the last time, Margot!
You wouldn't hit a lady.
You're no lady!
Beat Laredo's lackeys!
Got room for one more deviant? They'll hang anyway. You freak! Want to squirm with the others? Come on up! Got room for one more deviant?
Pause for a moment here. Technical difficulties. There we go. Wrecked.
What the hell is going on here? I said, what the arse fuck is going on? I'd like to report. Out of my sight, Clover. A few ploughing bandits and you can't even hang them. And you, stay calm, hands off your sword. Our scaffold embraces speeches and hangings. Which will it be?
You have no right to hang them.
Interesting. Because I'm the law in Flotsam.
I take issue with that. Vernon Roach, officer of the King.
Well, well. Blue stripes. The non-human hunters.
Precisely. Anyone suspected of collaborating with the Scoia'tael falls under my jurisdiction.
And Dandelion? What's he accused of?
He burned down a watchtower. What's your jurisdiction say to that? I thought so.
Is that true?
It might have looked that way, but I swear it wasn't my fault.
I'd rather give you a thief. Relax. I'm joking. I hate thieves. We can put on another show. Bloody and serious this time, mind you. Or we can come to an understanding.
Meaning?
Give me a minute, would you? Listen here. You may have heard rumours of the tragic events that transpired during the siege of Lavalette Castle. Sadly, they are true. King Foltest is dead. It's likely that Scoia'tael had a hand in this heinous murder. So you see, none of you can feel safe. That is why today, wagons with armaments will roll out into Flotsam's streets. I hereby declare a state of emergency. Await orders. Prepare to fight. And ready yourselves to avenge your fallen king. Now disperse. Go to your homes.
Regular wordsmith him.
What about them?
They'll not hang for now. Let's say I'm reconsidering their cases. The scaffold's no place for civil conversation. We'll talk at my home. Your friends are free for the time being, but they're not to leave town. Come after dusk. I'll be busy till then. There's one more thing. Welcome to Flotsam, Witcher.
They were really going to hang us. I don't know. I didn't mean to torch that watchtower.
Everything's all right, Dandelion. Let's get out of here.
Oh, we owe you, Geralt. Thank you. Time to hit the tavern. Come on, Dandelion, you need a stiff drink. And while we're at it, I'll tell you an edifying tale of local hypocrisy that conceals lechery neath a veneer of courtesy. Except nothing can hide the stench.
Zoltan Trevay is one of my favorite characters in the franchise.
Get lively! Stretch those legs! Let the stinkers see what a real army looks like!
But Sergeant, they bathe more often than we do.
A Drega contract. Faced with the insolence and bestial menace of the creatures known as Dregas, and concern for the people, Commandant Bernard de Laredo has decided to post a bounty for the extermination of these creatures. The brave soul who permanently rids the area of this filth will receive a generous reward from the hands of Louis Merce, and will be listed in the town chronicles as the hero of Floatsom. So we'll take that. Necker contract. It is hereby announced that Commandant Bernard Loretto has posted a generous bounty for the extermination of the Neckers in the vicinity of the trading post. These monsters must be eliminated once and for all. One to accept this job and successfully complete it will be rewarded with a bulging pouch of orens, and a priest will be paid to conduct prayers in our hero's name for 28 days. Proclamation of pardon for Dmitri. Let it be known that the bandit Dmitri has repented and asked forgiveness for his heinous deeds. Commandant Laredo, known for his mercy, has absolved him of his offenses and accepted Dmitri back into society. Hereby all arrest warrants and bounties on Dmitri's head are lifted. Ooh, a troll contract. The authorities seek a brave soul to kill the degenerate troll lurking near the ruined bridge at the Adarnian border. The beast may be defeated by any means just as long as it is defeated. The troll slayer will be generously rewarded, relevant taxes and levies have already been deducted, and receive the gratitude of the terrorized people of Flotsam. Head a tangle of forest weeds, chin lined with river reeds, Flotsam's barber awaits. Full range of barbershop services on offer, including beard shearing, close shaves, bloodletting, popping and draining of boils, and haircuts, all at affordable prices. Teeth extracted by the smith across the way. Come see me in my bookshop. Peruse old tomes while you wait. Ah, small town charm. But first, let's go talk to Zoltan and Dandelion.
Damn, that was close. Innkeep! Vodka!
Tris Marigold. Lice eat me, but you are a treat to behold. Just a little pale.
Magic takes its toll, but I'll be all right. Good to see you in your beard again.
Can somebody tell me what happened? You set off a month ago for Zoltan's wedding.
That got fucked. There will be no wedding.
Did you hear about Foltest?
Rumors travel faster than the wind.
Winds and rumors. I want to know the truth.
I want to know how Foltest died. And the dragon, was there really one there? And who rules Temeria now?
Dandelion, calm down. You'll choke on your liquor. The dragon appeared, and that's all I know.
But where did the La Villettes get a dragon? We heard it fought on their side, huge as a barn, they say.
Dragons don't usually take sides. Maybe its lair was nearby and it just felt threatened.
If you hadn't driven it off, Foltest might not have taken the castle.
Maybe. We'll never know for sure. No wedding, Zoltan.
The Breckenrigs broke off the engagement because some limp prick put it about that I joined the uprising in Vizima. My would-be pop-in-law refused to let a rebel firebrand join the family. Innkeep, where's our drink?
It was like this. We got to Mahakam a week after the Grand Master died. Bought Zoltan an absolutely grand doublet, a pair of Garibaldi Krakows, and as a gift for Eudora, a jade stone as big as my fist.
We were broke as a joke by the time Dandelion threw me a bachelor party at an establishment called the Tight Lane.
Next day, we went over to the Breckenrigs. They welcomed us in, sat us down, and proceeded to discuss the superiority of Mahakaman mining know-how over any other. And that went on until dinner. Just when I thought I'd learned more than I ever wanted to know about mining, they served the soup.
You could have held a pin drop. Old Breckenrig rose and he says, "A real dwarf works a mine, not chases fame on the battlefield."
You'll never believe this, Geralt, but they served duck blood soup. It was as black as tar. They must have dropped lumps of coal into the pot.
"Eat," Breckenrig says, then proceeded to slop 2 full bowls of the shite. Oh, goat. Hope his mind caves in on his head.
Laredo said you're working with the Scoia'tael, Zoltan.
I have done many things in my life, Geralt, but I have never stooped to banditry.
The Scoia'tael don't consider themselves bandits.
But I am no Scoia'tael.
Since when have you worked for Roach?
Hey, nobody said a word when you went out to save Temeria from the Grand Master and his mutants.
Relax, Dandelion. I was just asking. Do what you want. You're an adult, kind of.
That wasn't very supportive.
Laugh away. At least I decided to do something constructive.
You used to spy for Redania. Now you're spying for Temeria. Some might call you a traitor.
Ever tried to live off of poetry alone? The truth is, I'm a citizen of the world. As long as I don't serve Emperor Emir, I'm not doing any harm.
Leave him be, Geralt. You play the spy a bit, get bored, and drop it. You know how he is.
I sure do.
Triss, you're the expert on Temeria. Tell us who's in charge now.
It's chaotic and getting worse. The old families are fighting for supremacy, no holds barred.
Baron Kimbalt and Count Maraville, I bet.
Among others. After the assassination, while Geralt was in the dungeon, the lords convened in a field near Lavalette Castle to choose a new ruler. 3 days they debated, and it looked more like a bazaar than a meeting of nobles. Except the trade was in court and ministry positions, spheres of influence, royal privileges.
Humans.
In spite of several duels and 2 poisonings, no king was chosen. Civil war was in the air.
Where were the mages?
Aye. Where were the grey eminences of this world when they were truly needed?
They weren't invited. Neither was I. But if not for their intervention, or rather that of a few influential sorceresses, Baron Kimbalt would have taken the throne.
I was invited to sing at his court once. Afterwards, he refused to pay me, and the food was awful. No way I'll stay in Temeria if he's crowned.
Did they ultimately resolve anything?
No. It ended as usual. Sadly, John Natalis remains our only hope.
Ah, the victor at Brenna, and Foltest's most tried and true field commander.
During the deliberations, he was several days' march from Lavalette Lands, with an additional 2,000 armed men in tow. He's to keep the peace until a rightful monarch is chosen.
He could find that ruling is to his liking.
Natalis is a soldier at heart. He's not suited to rule, and I don't believe he even wants to.
He's got the army behind him.
Which is why he can guarantee peace. Why, a tenuous one, sure, but that's always better than civil war. Besides which, he's deeply in debt to a dwarven bank in which Philippa Eilhart as sorceress holds significant stake.
I think I've heard enough about politics. Foltest's killer lay in wait in the tower, where the Lavalettes had hidden the royal bastards. He was well informed.
Wait a minute, what were you doing there?
I was protecting the king. After the first attempt, Foltest began treating me as his lucky charm. He ordered me to be at his side during the battle. The dragon separated us from the rest of the army. The killer disguised himself as a monk, a blind one at that. He let Foltest greet his children, waited until I had walked off, and cut the king's throat from ear to ear.
How did he flee?
Jumped out a window into the river below. Yorvith Scoia'tael were waiting in a boat. It was planned.
And you're chasing him because he murdered the king?
I was accused of a murder. I need to clear my name. Besides, I looked him in the eye before he escaped. He's a witcher. Then some brave Temerian soldiers showed up, piled on me, and knocked me out.
It's true,
Save yourselves, good folk! The beast attacks!
We better get out there. Someone's casting spells.
Boy, it's a tentacle. The sorceress. These things go hand in hand, you know.
What sort of sorceress are you? A lot of good you did. Can't you hear me? Why didn't you help him?
He's alive, isn't he?
The beast nearly pulled him in the water while you stood staring like a calf at a shit-covered clover.
Watch your words.
Where's this beast?
Ask her.
Geralt,
Ah, I guess we knew each other.
Oh, look here. Birds of a feather.
Let's say I've heard of you.
Master Witcher, this is foolish. The beast near pulled Sozek into the depths, and you're simply chatting with this damsel.
All right. What happened?
I came to Flotsam to kill the Karen,
Karen?
the monster that has effectively blocked the port. A moment ago, I had the good fortune to see it in all its splendor, but the local folk scared it away.
Good fortune? You hear that, Sozek? That was some good fortune for you.
Why's the beast in the port all of a sudden, eh? Summoned by the witch, perchance?
To see it in all its splendor.
And which of you is ready to help the sorceress fight the beast?
Why, us? Huge it is. Big as a mountain.
Then why get angry at someone who's willing?
Well, 'cause...
We'll tend to the Karen, the sorceress or I. Maybe we'll do it together. We'll draw it away from the port beforehand so as not to endanger the likes of you.
Well, I hope you succeed. I've no preference for who does it, witch or witcher. Just kill the whoreson and the whole town will be grateful.
I apologize for interrupting, but I am Louis Merce, and I am chief person in charge of all matters related to monster hunting in Flotsam. It is in this capacity that I must inquire if you're willing to attempt to resolve the problem of our so-called Karen, the beast that now blocks all trade traffic on the river.
So, Witcher, are we willing?
I usually work alone.
I was here first, and I'll not relinquish this contract. My way or the highway, as the locals put it.
Fine. Your way it is.
You must contact the merchants on the waterfront as regards any rewards. Madame de Tanseville has, I believe, already conducted some preliminary negotiations.
That I have.
In that case, don't let me keep you.
He wears an inkpot and quilt
Triss,
around his neck.
how long must I wait for you to introduce us?
Sheila de Tanserville, advisor to Queen Zulika of Kovir.
Kovir's a long way north.
True. I had my doubts if the Karen was worth the journey, but those were dispelled with what it showed today.
Here to hunt down some ingredients?
Triss Marigold. Sharp as ever.
You're thinking that...
Troll eyes, ghoul venom, virgin's blood, all those disgusting marvels we take from dying species. To throw into the cauldron at Sabbaths. Right, Triss?
Absolutely. Virgins are a dying breed.
Oh my. Your sense of humour seems to be intact too. But enough of these pleasantries. Tell me, Geralt. You saw the tentacle. What do you make of it all?
The beast must be huge. Maybe inhabited one of the Pontar's tributaries before, hunting animals. Then it grew for some reason, and hunger drove it to seek fresh pastures.
And on the Pontar it found trade barges burgeoning with obese, slow-moving merchants. You're partly correct. Cedric claims the Kayran emerged from the northern swamps approximately 1 month past.
Cedric?
An elf. Formerly a Skoyaka. Strange bird. But he knows quite a bit about the area and its living wonders.
I need to look around, find out a few things.
An investigation. Witches' rituals, extracting secrets and such.
More or less. I'll talk to the merchants about the reward, pay Cedric a visit and get back to you.
You'll find me at the inn. I've rented lodgings there, on the upper floor.
You know the inn's also a horror house.
Thanks for the warning.
Oh,
I
right.
always said, go ask the mason to take you as his apprentice. You'll learn a trade, gain respect.
I've always preferred the wandering.
Hello, Hugo.
Ever seen the river monster, the Karen?
I have, but I'm not the talkative kind.
Are you the kind that scares easily?
Huge beast. Stirs the water with its tentacles like a water wheel. Dead fish all around it. Must be venomous.
Perfect.
Not really, it's a shithole. But plenty of folk to beat up. Going somewhere, friend?
None of you seem interesting. Alrighty. Okay, we can do with a sprint button. We'll make do. What do we got here? Ah, the inn.
Come on, nearly got him. Go on, a wee bit more.
Ah, yes, I recall.
Punch his lights out!
You're carrying too much weight. I know.
Just came in.
Wait till he drops his fucking guard!
What's going on here?
Competition, brother. With the port closed, we're bored off our asses. Care to take part?
What are the rules?
The contenders put their coin down, winner takes all.
The fighting rules.
Drop your opponent and make sure he stays down.
Complicated.
So, are you fighting, brother?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
He's a fresher like you, brother. Good for starters. Put your coin down. So, what'll it be?
I'm ready.
Gentlemen, let the dance begin!
Left hook! Watch out for the left hook!
Wait till he drops his fucking guard!
Ouch.
Punch his lights out! Wouldn't want to get on your bad side. Up for another, brother.
Know it.
Who's up next?
Corb Ransel, known as Flip Arse.
Strange name.
Does everything backwards. Sleeps in daytime, drinks before he eats, and tells women to get dressed before he plows them.
Flip arse.
Show us your orange. So what'll it be?
I'm ready.
Gentlemen, let the dance begin. Wait till he drops his fucking guard.
Big dude. Keep the guard up.
Left hook! Watch out for the left hook!
Toss you like a sack of potatoes. Gotta protect that shin, mate.
Hey, champ!
What?
I can tell you're a serious contender. Far too good for this drunken riffraff. Believe you me, I know what I'm talking about.
So, I don't know you.
They call me King Ziggy because I pay like a king. If you want a taste of fame and riches, look for me by the inn in the evenings. I'll take you to the right place.
That was fucking poetry. Up for another, brother.
Who's up next?
I knew you'd end up fighting each other.
Who's that?
Tidy Tim. The bastard eats honey straight from the hive, drinks for 4, and some say he can hang a bucket full of water from his cock. You better get a solid coin pouch ready. So what'll it be?
I don't think any of those skills are going to help me with this fight.
Gentlemen, let the dance begin.
We'll see, I guess.
In the kidneys!
Those aren't his kidneys. Still not his kidneys.
Wouldn't want to get on your bad side. Congratulations! You dropped some of the toughest brawlers. Well done. Tournament's over.
Cool.
Hey!
Ah, perfect. Time to figure out the shop interface. The shop's on the right, Geralt's on the left. That seems easy enough. There's a whole junk town. Perfect. That only dropped 9 pounds, though. We're gonna have to look for a bit more stuff. Pickaxe probably doesn't help. So we need to 11 on our primary weapon. Level 14, I'll take that.
Left hook! Watch out for the left hook!
Punches lights out!
Alright. Get some daggers. Ah, yes, okay. Quilted leather. It's got more armor. Less resistance to stuff. A little bit lighter weight. How well points of armor scale. Fine vitality seems pretty useful too. We'll hang on to that for a moment. I'll take 1 armor over 1% incineration resistance though. It seems like a pretty good deal to me. Short gauntlets or herbalist gloves. Same amount of armor. Herbalist gloves are just better. Trousers. Resistance to stuff is always good. Resistance to poisoning and bleeding. Yeah, I think I'll trade 5 vitality and 10% incineration resistance for 5% bleeding resistance, 1 armor, and 5% poison resistance. That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Plus, I'm tired of looking like one of the blue stripes. I kind of can't stand them, so. Much better. These long swords. Keep the blue stripes combat jacket for now. Leather, gauntlets, trousers, boots, gauntlets, and gauntlets. Look at that, we're down to 174 pounds. That's a bigger regeneration. The cost of vitality and resistance to stuff. I think I'd recommend that for fighting venomous monsters. Ooh, 43 units of leather. That's where 43 pounds of this is coming from. We'll have to get rid of some of that, but first, we should keep our crafting ingredients until we get to the blacksmith. So we don't know how many of those we're going to need. That's not the door I wanted. Kitty cats. Alright. Oh, they're just gonna leave their bodies there, huh? Gross. Herbalist, perhaps?
Welcome to my modest shop. What do you deal in? All kinds of incense, mainly. For meditation, rejuvenation, cooking, making medicine, rituals. Whatever you require.
Motion formulas. Forest. Significantly increase vigor while reducing vitality. Increase sign intensity while reducing vitality. Increase resistance while reducing chance of causing critical effects. That could be useful. All kinds of useful stuff. That's one Orin. Look at that. Is that like the all category? Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's have a look at that book we just purchased. Contains information about the Summer Shrine. Interesting. We want to find the blacksmith, I believe. Well, it's been a little bit since I played through this portion of the game, but I'm pretty sure he's this way.
Youngsters screaming in.
Here comes the Witcher. Think
There
we'll
it is.
agree?
No, I don't know.
Hey, boss. Look who's graced our smithy. That titan of the art of smithing can't hear us. Busy. Work's a blur in his hands. And how are you, Witcher? Things working out for you?
Nice workshop.
Bah, it's no workshop, just a simple forge. But thanks for the compliment, both in my name and the master's. So, how can we help you, eh?
Crafting. He has a Witcher silver sword. What are we missing? Iron ore. Only 2 units. Okay.
So, how can we help you, eh?
Must thou have any iron ore? Certainly do. I'll take 2.
So, how can we help you, eh?
Superb leather trousers. Oh, it is the silver ore. That does make a fair bit more sense, I should think.
So...
Okay, then. I shall have your finest silver ore, sir.
So, how can we...
Perfect. We get experience points for finishing that quest, so it doesn't look like it. Well, no matter.
At your service. So, how can we help?
Robust leather reinforcement. Learn to make blue meteorite ore, earth runes. Jagged Blade. A magical steel sword. 19 to 25 damage. Bleeding and poison. Very interesting. Requires Endriga teeth, which we will probably have in greater abundance later on. Blue runes. Cutlass. Short sword. Sun runes. All kinds of cool stuff we can learn to craft. Iskith rune. I guess. Is there anything that's going to require excessive amounts of leather? Timber. Sure doesn't look like he sells anything that requires an abundance of leather. Probably get rid of or store some of that.
Here comes the Witcher. Ha! Greetings. A word, if you will. You see, we've created an alchemical substance and we wish to test it in Vizima, in a laboratory. Seeing as you're a Witcher, we wondered if you'd be willing to test it in practice. In a year or two, given the occasion, you could visit us in Vizima. We'd examine you and reward you generously. We need to study its long-term effects. We can't say more. Are you in?
Sure, I guess.
Why not?
Splendid! Excellent. Now, if you could also keep a journal of the experiment. Don't overdo it. I urge you to reconsider.
I don't give a shit about your guild. I'll not join that racket nor change my prices. My weapons are superior, and that's how I aim to keep it.
Shame. Please think it over. The guild helps and protects, and accidents do happen. Fires are common enough in smithies, and a broken arm can make it very difficult to forge weapons.
You threatening me, dipshit? Piss off! And don't come back, or I'll thrash you so hard, even your ploughing guild won't help you!
Is this the Library Barbershop Boil Emporium?
The gods have no love for your kind.
Yeah, sounds good. Whatever, mate.
Greetings! What brings you here, White Wolf? Make yourself at home, please.
Do we know each other?
I've heard, or rather read much about you, in the letters of the Rivian diaspora.
Well, nice to meet you.
Einar Gausel, fundamentally a trader in old curios, although I also concern myself with the non-human community.
Let's see.
It's not too late.
Mind if I have a look at your...
Take your
Thought maybe I could change my beard.
Books in Flotsam? I wouldn't have thought it a profitable enterprise.
Hey, many foreigners come through here. Sometimes they buy books, sometimes they have tomes to sell. Yesterday, for example, Lady Sheila de Tanseville purchased items for a sum equal to my yearly dealings.
Did she buy anything interesting?
De Vermis Mysteries, the Exeter Treatise, complete and unabridged, plus a very expensive volume I'd rather not mention. I should add, as generosity must be praised, that she made a donation to the community, specifically to the Fund for Widows and Orphans.
The non-humans in Flotsam are organized?
We aren't, but we aid each other as best we can. I mainly collect taxes and announce the Commandant's dispositions.
That'd make you a prime target for Yorvith.
You're correct on that account. He's warned me many times, and I've explained the need for my function to him just as many. Both in vain. It seems we've agreed to disagree. Well, the sword is his calling, the pen is mine. Hence, no meeting of the minds. It wasn't always this hard. Turned sour when several elven lassies disappeared. We lost our trust in the humans, and the Scoia'tael ceased trusting us.
Did they turn up, the women?
No, I believe Neckers killed them. I remember Morrill of the White Hands. She and her lover made a beautiful pair.
Let's see. He does truly only deal in books. Let's see here. Yes. Purchase. Ooh, the book on the Karen is 251 orens. Ooh. Let's see. Knowledge on wraiths. Knowledge on Neckers. Well, we have a Necker contract, and that's the cheapest one to start with, so let's grab that. You've acquired knowledge about a monster species. Review your current knowledge level by accessing Attributes tab in the Character Development panel. Okay, let's step into the other room for a moment. There we go. Quest updated. Attributes. Knowledge. Ability level 3. And they give you tips on how to fight them. That's very neat.
Mind if I have a look at your books?
Take your time. No hurry.
I don't have enough coin.
I mean, I do, but I think before I get into that too much, we'll kind of wander off and look at our next opportunities for adventure. I'll do some of our shopping and stuff, probably off screen outside of the episodic format. For now, let's get into
So
the
how's
next
it
bit.
going, dear? Everything all right at the...
Youngsters screaming in daytime.
And how do you find her?
Don't try anything stupid.
Hush you. I remember there being lots and lots of Neckers in this part. Presented something of an issue, as I recall. Attention, something. Too bright to see. Rather hoping to loot that, but that's fine.
Where might you be going?
What kind of question is that? Anyway, know where I can find an elf named Cedric?
Don't get involved in this.
You did turn pale when we met Sheila.
You must have imagined that.
Never mind. I'll find out for myself.
How?
We're going hunting together, right after I find Cedric.
Well, then let's go see him. He should be at the top of his observation tower.
Any work for a witcher?
Enough work for 3, but what of it? We're poor folk.
I'm sure we can work something out.
Ye best go to Flotsam Town Square near the inn. There are notices on the board there. Just leave the troll be, please, no matter what the townsfolk say.
Any other jobs? Well-paid jobs?
Go seek the old man. Laredo splurged on a sorceress, so he's clearly got means in the budget.
You mean the Karen?
Call him whatever ye like. I mean the river beast. He troubled our great-grandfathers already, but he's become unbearable recently, tearing through nets, choking fish with venom. Even Loredo says that since the local economy be harmed, there'd be no choice but to hire a sorceress.
Let's go talk to Cedric.
In Belk. It'll be nearly a year now.
Moril would delight in a day like this, Saharan. Enjoy the memory of her. Don't wallow in the long.
I try. I do. But I cannot believe all the bad blood this disappearance has bred.
Don't let others' shea poison your memory of her. Hatred is but an outlet for helplessness.
Thank you, Cedric. Vafael.
Vafael.
Are you Cedric?
Who asks?
Geralt of Rivia.
Ah, the Witcher. And?
Triss Marigold.
Lovely scent, Triss.
Cedric, look at me.
What do you want, Geralt of Rivia?
The elf woman you were talking about. How did she disappear?
Saharim believes the forest took her.
What do you believe?
Moril simply vanished, almost a year ago now. Some say she was too beautiful, and Dwan must have harmed her.
You believe that?
If I have no evidence before me, I try to trust my feelings. And they tell me the forest did not take her.
Why would you keep that from Saharim?
Because it's meaningless. Perhaps she was murdered, perhaps she departed on her own, never to return. She's gone, and neither I nor Saharim can reverse that.
Who exactly are you?
One who warns humans against the dangers that lurk in the forest.
Care to clarify?
I am old, even for an elf. Yet the forest is older. I've lived in it for years and understand it, though it's nothing I can explain. At times, I make mistakes, and people don't come home.
So you help humans?
I just know if it's safe to venture beyond the gates or not.
Maybe I'll come back when you're sober.
You witches live a long life. You may indeed get to see that day.
What are the Scoia'tael fighting for?
Do you ask about the old ones, who hoped to restore our race to its previous glory? Or about the young ones, who fight for survival and out of suicidal revenge?
Yorvith's warriors. Which mold do they fit?
They believe they are still independent, and that there is but one just way to view their cause. In truth, however, they're but a shadow of the Enshe's former glory. They cling to delusions to the very moment when a sword or a noose ends their life, or until they realize the truth themselves, which is, I believe, the worst.
I need to make a few orens. You wouldn't happen to have a job for a witcher, would you?
There's never a shortage of work for a witcher in this forest. It's positively teeming with beasts. Though I'm not surprised they come here in droves.
Know why that is?
Cursed places attract all sorts of scum, like dung attracts flies. There was once a great house in the clearing. They locked up lunatics there. During the war with Nilfgaard, it was razed in a fire. The lunatics broiled in their cells. The ruins remain cursed to this day. 2 daredevils went off to explore the ruins recently. They haven't been seen since.
A great house, you say. Tell me more about the building itself.
It was an old manor house that was converted into a mental institution. There was no shortage of lunatics in wartime. They just kept coming. Reverend Mercey locked them up in there and looked after them. If you find the 2 people lost in the ruins of the mental asylum, you stand to be handsomely rewarded. By them or their families.
No harm in trying.
Picking up all sorts of quests.
I'm looking to hunt in this area, and I could use some advice.
I'm no witcher. I set traps, snares. Try to keep Neckers away from Lobindon, that's all.
I'm aiming a little higher than Neckers.
The old man? Meaning the Karen? Finally, Laredo's splurged. Listen, I'm not one to teach your grandmother to suck eggs. You witchers know your work. But if you pay me, I can prepare a useful trap.
What kind of trap?
Puncturing trap, immobilizing trap, even decoys to pull monsters into an ambush. Whatever you like. Since I can easily finish off an ensnared Necker, it should be child's play for you.
I aim to kill the Karen. Heard you might be able to help.
That depends on the sort of aid you seek.
I need information.
We should have killed it years ago. Now I don't know. The beast has become too large for the riverbed, and it has strange growths on its tentacles, extremely thick skin. Previously, it inhabited a swamp along one of the Pontar's tributaries. Completely wild terrain. Even the Scoia'tael don't venture there. You should go see the wreck of the boat it recently sank. Inspect any traces it's left. See the destruction.
Where's this wreck?
Venture south into the forest, then turn east toward the river. You'll find the ruins of a bridge erected long ago by the Enshe. The wreck lies at their foot.
Thanks, Cedric.
You'll find me by the boat wreck.
Sheesh, Triss. Sure you're not overusing those teleports?
Unnecessary portals are unnecessary. Okay, so the forest lies east and south of Lobindon. And our journey takes us in that direction. I'm afraid, though, that is all the time we have for tonight's segment, so join us next week for Kai Plays The Witcher 2, Episode 4, where we're going to launch into our exploration of the area around Flotsam. In the meantime, we'll be back on Sunday for our normal Sunday Fun Day segment. We'll have some Kai Plays Unplugged interspersed and unscheduled in between, with either some Final Fantasy 15, some Octopath Traveler, and potentially a little bit more of Darkest Dungeon. We also have coming up, as I mentioned at the top of the segment here, on October 31st at 6 p.m., a TCK Murder Mystery event, where we're going to be launching our newest fundraiser and announcing that for the month of November. Thank you so much for joining us. If you'd like to support TCK in a more specific sense, you can visit any of our social media pages, let people know about us, drop us a like or a commendation if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube. And if you'd like to support us in a more monetary sense, you can find a link available below for our Patreon. Until then, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal, and we'll see you next time.